Weather Words with Frank Ward is a production of The Reporter, Delaware County's leading news source.
Good day to you. In fact, for the most part, it's been a beautiful week since Monday. Except you might be wondering, like I am, when is it actually going to get warm in the morning? I mean, believe it or not, on Monday when I talked to everyone, it was 28 degrees. Well, we got to 72 in the afternoon. And then it chilled down again for Tuesday, and Tuesday started at 31 degrees, but it warmed to 74. This morning, believe it or not, actually yesterday morning, it started at the 31. But when you went outside yesterday afternoon, I mean, it was like, what can I take off because it is so hot out here, I can't believe it. We got to 80 yesterday. Today it's going to be a duplicate of that. We dropped to 34 last night. You know, I'm tired of watching Channel 2 and the other things on TV. Everybody say, oh, the temperature in Walton's 44 degrees. I said, really? Where are you? Is this a different Walton? It hasn't been anything like that. However, it's going to be. I'll give you a science lesson in just a little bit. How can you tell it's going to cool off at night? Look at the sky all day long. We haven't had a cloud in the sky in 4 days. We're going to get some, and that's a good thing, okay? We're going to stay above average in temperature all the way through Monday. And then we're going to go back to normal. And people are going to say, oh, normal feels cold. But normal for us is a daytime high of 65, 66 degrees and nighttime upper 30s to low 40s. That's normal for this time of year. Today we are likely to reach 80 again this afternoon. I put transplants out yesterday. I watered them 3 times. I mean, here's this bright sun, even though they were hardened off and everything else. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that everything works out the way it's supposed to. As I told you on Monday, all that cold weather before that sort of killed off things. Well, I'm keeping my fingers crossed this time. Why is it big temperature swings? I mean, from yesterday high to this morning's low was a 46-degree temperature drop. You know what? That's incredible. You know, you don't see that hardly anywhere. But that's because we've had almost no humidity in the air for this entire week. There's been a high pressure stuck over us. What's below us is a low pressure that's been stuck all over the south, giving them rain and thunderstorms and hail and everything else. And they're just sitting there waiting for something to push them out of the way. That's the real problem. The humidity that we've had this past week is the same kind of humidity the Sahara Desert gets. 12 to 18% humidity. Water holds heat, but there hasn't been any. So as soon as the sun starts to set, the temperature drops severely. Most people think the desert's hot all the time. You broil during the day. But as that sun sets, believe it or not, they light fires and sit around it to stay warm because it cools off quite quickly at nighttime. Because there's no humidity. There hardly ever is in the desert. What you should notice to happen, I hope today, are clouds starting to show up late this afternoon. Tomorrow is going to be a partly cloudy day. Originally they were going to put showers into tomorrow. You know, believe it or not, and I hate to say this, we actually need some rain. It's been 5 days since we had anything that fell, and believe it or not, all the drainage ditches are dry. Everything's dried. In fact, even the river's low. You know what? That's the first time since last year sometime. Let's put it that way. What's the outlook? We're going to get showers and maybe thunderstorms Saturday and Sunday. Just regular showers on Monday. And then we're going to go back to normal temperatures. Normal temperatures will also mean we'll have partly cloudy days. The humidity will be up because I'm tired of putting on hand lotion. I'm tired of putting on chapstick on my lips. I'm tired of putting on everything to say, this just isn't right. And it isn't for this time of year. So hopefully, spring's going to become normal. Interestingly enough, the Cornell put out its thing about grass cuttings and things for hay. And they say, normally we start harvesting in a week. This year it's going to be late. Yeah, stick that in there along with everything else being late. I mean, here we are on the 12th of May, and we're still dressed like this. Okay, we've had it before, but you know what? We really need to get back to normal. I don't know what normal is anymore, but I'll take 60s during the day and low 40s at night. That's nice. I went to sleep last night and it was too hot even with the windows open. And then so I put all the comforters and things on the floor. And then about 1 o'clock in the morning I had to pull it up over me. You guys said, no, it's cold. And I looked at the thermometer and said, okay, it was 38 at that point. I said, well, I hope it doesn't go much lower. Because if you look around my porch, I've made it look like spring. The hanging baskets are up. I brought the plant from upstairs. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Nothing got damaged. Because after today, it shouldn't be. Okay, so can you start gardening? I think so. I did mow my lawn a second time. It finally looks great. And here we are. So, assuming everything works out the way it's supposed to, there's no freezing temperatures in the forecast in the next 10 days. So, here's hoping. And have a real good weekend.
To sponsor Weather Words with Frank Ward, call 607-464-4009.